How a MOSFET works. Easy to understand with practical application. I will use my homemade ATX Variable Power Supply, a motor, a MOSFET and a voltmeter. This is the MOSFET I am going to use, IRFZ44, and channel. First, let's measure exactly the 12 volts rail. Around 12.25 volts. I have connected the 12.25 volts with the motor and the MOSFET according to the diagram. I am using the voltmeter to measure the voltage drop across the MOSFET. As you can see, all the voltage is dropping across the MOSFET, make it effectively an open circuit. Now I will do a fancy trick. I am using the adjustable voltage, setting it at 12 volts. Holding the 12 volts in one hand and touching the gate with the other, I am actually starting the motor. This happens because the built-in capacitor is charged. Note that the voltage across the MOSFET is almost zero, making it effectively a short circuit. Now, holding the ground with one hand and touching the gate with the other, the MOSFET returns to the previous state and the motor is turned off. By changing the voltage at gate, between 12 volts and 0 volts, I am actually creating an short circuit or open circuit respectively. Now, I will demonstrate how the MOSFET reacts to different gate voltages. I will start changing the gate voltage from 0 to 12 volts, in 1 volt increment. Watch the voltmeter to see what happens. 1 volt. No change. 2 volts. No change. 3 volts. Drastic change. The motor is working around 99%. 4 volts. The motor is working a bit more, around 99.9%. 5 volts. The motor is working at maximum. 6 volts or more. The motor continues to work at maximum. Let's go down from 5 to 2 volts again. The majority of change happens between 2 and 3 volts. Let's go slowly from 2 to 3 volts with 0.1 volt increment. 2.1 volts. No change. 2.2 volts. No change. 2.3 volts. A very minor change. 2.4 volts. A little more change. 2.5 volts, more change but no motor spinning. 2.6 volts, even more change but no motor spinning. 2.7 volts, great change, the motor spinning at around 65%. 2.8 volts, more change, the motor is spinning at around 98%. 2.9 volts, the motor is spinning at around 99%. 3 volts. The motor is spinning more than 99%. Let's go down from 3 to 2 volts again. Final conclusion, by applying voltage at the gate you can switch the MOSFET from open circuit to short circuit. In my case from 0 volts to around 2.2 volts nothing happens, open circuit, until 3 volts is almost short circuit, 99%. and a little more than 4 volts is 100% short circuit, saturated. This actually matched the characteristics of the datasheet. Important note, there are many variants and more details for every MOSFET. I have just isolated and simplified one for educational purpose. Your contribution really matters to me. Consider supporting me by subscribe, thumb up, comment, or check the description for more.